tales of wonder manifest, the words that dance upon the air, wild and free, enchanting all who dare to read and believe. Oh, swiftness, the sorceress of our dreams, the stories come alive like a symphony, it seems. With every word she writes, she takes us to heights untold. Oh, swiftness, we're lost in your stars of all. So I found the chords I was looking for, and also I did some more looking up on the manuals to see if there was anything I missed. And yeah, this one, let's see, focus here. One plug over here that I was worried about. Turns out I don't necessarily need it because it's just for extra power and if you're going to be doing overclocking, which I'm not sure I'm doing yet. And one of the reasons why it confused me is because there wasn't a matching cable for it in the power supply box. So you may also notice that I have a little TV in here. And this is so we can test to see the screen. I was originally going to use a different, smaller monitor, but as the one yesterday said, it's been 13 years since I've built a PC, and basically those were all either VGA or DVI. So first things first is these off here. Be safe. Is I'm going to redo the fans because I realized I was like, why do I have two fans? And I was like, they can't be daisy chained. So I looked and found, oh yeah, there's this like call this a Y adapter that came with the cooler. So also off screen, I briefly got it to power on, and I also flashed the BIOS because they had like I had flashed it early March, but they've had a new one come out. I'm gonna say within the last weeks or so, after towards the end of March or early, like it had like a little thing about a vulnerability. So I figured, might as well. That way I know for certain. Also got to see, like, I know the board powers on and doesn't short out at the very least because it seemed to be able to flash the BIOS fine. Although there was like, it has like these little status LEDs. And during that process, like one stayed on red. And that usually indicates a problem. Let's see if that happens again during the bench test. So first, I want to redo these fans. Helps to disconnect them. I want the air going. Clips here. So I don't know if I have the spoons or the energy to start working on the case, putting it in the cause. Like ideally, I'll get it, it'll power on fine, and then I'll be like, oh, now I wish I had the energy for the case. That's the best case solution. Worst case is that turn this on, and you get to watch me debug. So like give up in frustration. Like I said, I started really late. I should have done this a couple hours ago. These people not know there's people out here who have like OCD and stuff. Like it's very easy to install these clips or these fans slightly off kilter. Hard to tell what's being picked up in this mic and what isn't. But what was it? Is it right there? It's butting up against the RAM. All this by connect. This. Yeah. So yes, you only want to use that one fan pin, and they gave you an L, like a Y splitter. And I think the sort of daisy chain rat tail or fish scale thing that you see is only for like the LEDs. Been building this stuff for a long time. It's interesting in watching like all the new features that they added to I want to say idiot proof stuff or like things that I just didn't have when I first did it, like making sure stuff is keyed, starting to standardize things like this. If you, it's one of the things about when you did like an old PC build, your with your case, they all came like loose, and you're like they didn't label them. Your like a lot of stuff was labeled. You might have a thing on there. It was very easy to like put things on backwards, like ridiculously easy. So next thing you know, for boom, you done broke most of your equipment. So I think that's it. All right. Sure, how to cable manage these like this Y connector. Nice, giving you nice close-up shots of all my gray hair. But like I don't know, this seems kind of janky. Don't know where you tuck these. Plugged in. We're gonna try the big plug in HDMI cable. So I had to go see find this TV that wasn't being used so that we could have a monitor or something here. So these are the two cables I wanted to find. See that they have these little things here that fit securely on like pins like these. And I modified them for a different purpose so that they have like these little out spikes here. And that way I can, without me jamming a screwdriver in there, which is the way that like apparently the experts do it, but I was like, I'm not sure if that would work properly for me. So, but yeah, basically this just allows me to bring the two pins out further so I could just complete like touch the two uh things together, or positive or negative. Positive. Use this nice foam block to keep them separated. I'm a little paranoid. Now, then plug the power supply in. See if it'll turn on again. I got it to turn on briefly, then I turned it off before. I wanted to try and get the monitor set up and like power on and posting on stream. This oh shoot, I had it on the whole time. My bad. There you go. So we've got a red light here on something. But it's on. The fans are spinning. I've got this red light here. What is that? Decipher what that is. So that's DRAM? What's wrong with my DRAM? Give this a few minutes. So looking at it, it looks like that's the LED for the DRAM. DRAM, like so. Hey, hello, Roland. What CPU do you have? All right, this is a 97X AMD Ryzen. And so right now, my last stream, which is yesterday, I spent most of my time putting it together outside the box. And then I had some challenges, and then so I came back today to see if I can get like a test boot, reset the fans and stuff, flash the BIOS. So right now we're just waiting for it to see if it'll power on. Another minute or two here. Because I've heard different things about how long it takes memory to train. Also, as far as I can tell, my RAM sticks are properly seated. Just while this is going, I'm gonna look some stuff up here. See. How long does memory training take? Um, my build. I have a Cooler Master Hyper 212, like one of the old ones that just came out in like around 2012 when I built that machine. And aside from needing a bracket, my understanding that the main design hasn't changed, but it's like only four heat pipes. So I had just did cursory work into like um looking up a new one, looking like searching for what how to get a new one or what new one to pick. And so I had just went with Thermalright and I just said Thermalright and I threw something on there. Of course, I share my wish list with my family. So my mom, of course, she sees one and she takes it, and then I realize, oh, and I see it arrive, and I'm like, oh, it's only got the one fin stack. So it's like he's about half the size of this. It would be like this guy. I think maybe one or two fans. It was one fan, and like I debated whether or not to like return it. So I was like, it's a new version. It's got the fans, whatever. But then I realized it's just the same as my Hyper 212, and if that's the route I was gonna go, well then, like I might as well I might as well use this Hyper 212. But so I reused it, and then like I bought this one, and the trick was waiting for this one to go on sale because the price on this fluctuated a bit. So my eyes are bad. Can't read this small text. Alright, so hello. Let's see. Those are good coolers. Perhaps you should turn off and try reseating the memory. Which slots do you have them in? I have them in, I believe it's B2, or sorry, A2 and B2, which is what the motherboard says, like it's printed directly on the motherboard to try those first. Now, before I hit hard power on this, the best way to turn it off to try and use these pins again, or to just hit the power button. Yeah. Like yesterday when I built it, I made sure they both click and they look properly seated, so I'm probably going to shut it down here and just double check. Alright, so we're going to power this down, see if we can double check if the memory's in there properly. Unplug this to save myself from my own stupidity. Yeah. So this is the first time I've built a PC in like 13 years. I used to do it regularly back in the day, but so and like you said, things change a lot. That's like 2 millennia in tech years. So I'm going to try one stick at a time. That all looks good. See the back of my head for a second. We'll check things. Closer to the camera here. But like right there is where the motherboard says to use your put your sticks of RAM. And because it took a while to get this going, if something's wrong with the RAM sticks, I'm gonna have to like do an RMA. Right? So it clicks, properly seated. Now put this back in. I'm gonna leave this hit fan off until we're done putting the RAM back on. Plugged in. I'm gonna do my jumper wires here. One up here. Got a nice spike there. I don't know if you can see it whenever it does that. Now we do the seated and on again. Thing. We're gonna try red cables. Oh, good. RAM. On. Let's try this again. I'll give that a minute and then go double check the manual. I thought I had them in the right slots. Yep, A2 and B2, those appear to be the right slot. All right, yeah. There. Is that looks like DRAM to you, right? Yeah, that's a DRAM one. So, yep. So, just waiting to see if it's plugged back in. I went down to one stick, reseated it. I think I'm in the right slots. It appeared to be put in the right direction. Yeah, I'm fairly sure. Like, yeah, there's a nice click. They went in. I even pushed a little bit extra afterwards. Oh, Don't know if I should turn it off and try reseating it again. Well, this is at least further than I got yesterday. So my question is, I don't know how long to wait. So I'll try the other stick, and if that doesn't work, I think I might log off and leave it sitting for a bit. All right. So giving it another 2 or 3 minutes here, and so hopefully I'm not screwing anything up by powering up. This one aside. This second stick. This this correct right back. Just gonna go check where it says to put the single stick. Yep. One click, two click. So we definitely have our clicks going. All right, so I'm gonna hit the power play again. Great. We got our quick burst of power there. Wait for it. Wait for it. For it. And it's DRAM again. See the back of my head again. Yep. I swapped RAM sticks. did one, two, two clicks, definitely, definitively. Still getting the RAM error. Double check. Just checking that it's not. It is this G.Skill Flare 5X5. Yoink. There you go. And I don't have any other RAM to test. Yes. Basically, this came as a bundle from Micro Center, and usually, and the reason why they do that bundle is because these RAMs are compatible with each other. So the Flare X5 is the one that's meant to go with Ryzen CPUs. It looks firmly seated to me. You see how odd you have a CPU power in the top left corner? Yep. This guy right here is be fine. That's my power supply. Sorry, that's my fan. Just looking here. Sorry to be showing you the back of my head, but there, see? I don't know if that's showing up very well on camera, but slots A2 and B2 are the ones you should populate first. check. This is an B650 Aorus Elite AX V2. Yep, I flashed the BIOS just before I came on stream about an hour ago. So I didn't know. I may power it down, plug in the RAM, and then leave it. Probably gonna have to sign off here soon. Uh, I want to say 75%. I'm not sure if it was successful at all. Because it did, because I went to the Gigabyte site and their instructions are terrible. So I put in the drive, and basically you go and it blinks at you for a long, long time. And then I waited for it to stop blinking. And then it powered it down. And then I hopped on stream. So we could try flashing the BIOS again. I read a couple. A lot of times before that I do this, I research a lot of videos on it. I want to say one of the big differences between me doing this now and doing it long ago is that I have trouble reading all this tiny text. Well, I've heard, like I flashed it out of the box because I heard that this particular B650 motherboard might have compatibility issues with my 9000 series CPU. So I have this is a 9700 XT, and PC Part Picker, among other things, was like, oh, B650s or some of these older motherboards might not support the 9000 coming out of the thing. And I was trying to see what, yeah, I was also trying to see what BIOS it had out of the box, but I kind of couldn't really tell. Again, I'm going to, well, this right here, these two pins here, I don't know if you can see my fingers a little bit. Nope. That needs- So these two pins right here are clear CMOS. This is some sort of reset switch right here. So, those are reset. You saw the light switch CPU DRAM. See, I don't know if you can see that red D better. That light off. Probably gonna get a little dark. Hold on. Nope, it's still. Yep, that is the DRAM light, which is odd. The thing I thought was gonna fail on this was the CPU because of various reasons. So basically, it goes kind of hard to see. Goes there's like four lights there, and it goes boot, DRAM, VGA, CPU. Let me see. Let me just double check how you do that. Be right back. Well, yeah, I have the mother manual. It's just off screen. Well, I have this right here, but like as my see, it's not terribly helpful. This is all they give you out of the box. You actually have to go and download the actual thing. I don't know if you saw that. Power this down again. And basically they say take the two CMOS pins and put them together for a second. So what I was checking for was there's usually like one particular port you have to use.
Good Legend is a free intuitive trading platform that can help you take your investing.
Sorry, loud ads. Uh, I'm not quite sure what to do. At this point, might sign off. That out. We know this works. The fan's on. Don't necessarily know. Not yet. solid clicks. Now I'm plugging it back in. Doo-doo. All right. Right here. I'm gonna. There's that little. Oh, connectors you have for CPU power. For this main one, this main 24, just the one. For I have another one here for this secondary one that goes directly to the CPU. Is that a different error now? Still the DRAM. Not sure if I should feel happy or sad about that. So yeah, got the monitor here. See this here. That's the CPU power right here. This one. There's our fans. There's the CPU power. Those pair firmly seated in. Oh, hold on. Sorry. try this other CPU power. Uh, when I pulled it out of the box again, like some of the pins looked an odd color. And I wonder if I had gotten dust in the CPU socket. Which is one of the reasons why I'm doing a bench test instead of before I put it in the case. All of this stuff is brand new. Over that I basically gathered together over the past couple months or so. Like the power supply, the RAM, motherboard I got at the start of March. Oh, one second. Uh, yeah, yeah, Vice. So if you can see, these cables come labeled, and so I had two of these. One, Well, checking. That I'm putting in the right place. Yep. But yeah, this is a good brand that like they have everything labeled. So really it's the it'll focus. The Superflower. So yep. Yeah, and I like made sure so it all looks set. I'm gonna power this back in. A right there. Pins. Now and try plug it on again. Then first power there. Properly seated. CPU to do again. I think I'm out of ideas. Aside from ordering more RAM, which will take a couple days. Got me beat too. It could just, if I could help more, but I need to go out. I hope you get the bottom of it. Yeah, I need to go to bed. So, well, folks, I think that's it for today. Gonna shut it down, try and flash the BIOS again, and then see if that does anything. Alright, oodles. And to play us out, here's my epic theme music. This might be loud, so incoming loud music. In land of dreams and magic, there she stands. Swiftness, the rider with power in her hands. With every stroke of her pen, she weaves a spell, turning dreams into reality. Oh, can't you tell? Through the pages of time, she takes us on a quest. Unfold